He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's gonna be out. Jordan Rice hangs out. Trey Clifton right. Right back to the ball. Flips it over to first and still gets Alex Hart. Cross, get out, ball later. Jordan Rice hangs out. Trey Clifton right. Right back to the ball. Flips it over to first and still gets Alex Hart. Cross, get out, ball later. That's a fair ball to Jake. What a play from Jake Oliver. And that is destroyed. Yeah, tie game. 60. Going, caught and robbed from Sam Thomas. He'll throw over to first and double him up. That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil.
Justice already took advantage of that. What a play over at third.
He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's gonna be out. Jordan Rice tags out Trey Clifton right. Right back to Jack. On the ball. Flips it over to first and still get Alex Hardy. Cross, get out, ball later. And he might have just missed it. Caught and run from Jordan Rice. And that's a shot. Zach Hall, what a play! Oh, a moonshot. Oh, he robbed it! What a catch! What a catch! Bears coming home. What a play! What a play! The double play from Jerry Langston. And that ball is out of here. Walk-off home run, Jake Oliver. He's amazing home. I don't know if I like it. Oh! He got him. Oh my God! He crossed the plate before he was there. Going, caught and robbed from Sam Thomas. He'll throw over to first and double him up.
That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil.
Oh! Philip Rosenbarkle walked off the 8th season. Oh!
Cross, get out, ball later.
And that ball is out of here. Walk-off home run, Jake Oliver. That ball's in play. Going back, Keith McKay. Back into this playhouse, makes the grab. He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's gonna be out. I like it. That ball is absolutely tattooed. And what a roll! What a roll from Keith McKay.
Flare it up. What a play for Peter McNeil.
For the final time here in Week 9, it's game day in the AWA as the Pacific Pilots look to keep working towards safety in the playoff race, and the Northern Nighthawks look to keep fighting for the top of the league. I'm Trevor Butler. I've got Neil Pape to my left. Neil, how you doing today?
I'm doing very good, Trevor. This should be a very exciting match, and it's a special day as well. We'll get to that in a second.
It sure is, but before we do, let's take a look at our starting lineups first for the Pacific Pilots.
Mark Campanero, Washington State University.
DJ Oliver, Edmonds Community College.
Keaton McKay, Westgate Elementary.
Kevin Doe, SMU.
Noah Roberts, Moses Lake Christian Academy.
And for the Northern Nighthawks.
Jack Playhouse, University of Washington.
Drew Gradwell, Blue Mountain State University. Go Goats.
Philip Rosenbacher, Meadowdale High School.
Chance Justice, ITT Tech.
Philip Thomas, Meadowdale Middle School.
Well, we said it is a special day, and if you saw on social media, announced just this morning, Chance Justice playing his final game in the AWA today. He's with Molly.
All right, ballers, as you can tell, it is Monday night, so that means we have another competitive wiffle ball matchup. Tonight, the Northern Nighthawks are facing off against the Pilots in what should be a good matchup on a beautiful night here in Edmonds. I'm joined now with Chance Justice, and many of you have heard, is retiring. Tonight will be his last night in the AWA. Chance, walk us through the past few years.
Well, it was just a kid with a dream. Kind of lost after college sports, and I started stumbling around, and then luckily Jack Blayhouse hit me up and wanted me to join the AWA. At first I declined, but then I said, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot. And for the past 5 years, I've created a lot of memories here on this field, a lot of bad plays, a lot of great plays, a lot of memories on ESPN, which included the first AWA home run on ESPN. I was also the Slippery Stairs co-champion with Aaron Schofield in South Carolina at ESPN. And, you know, just over the past couple weeks, I've had some serious life events happen that I need to really bear down and focus on, and that's why my call for retirement has came today.
Thank you, Chance. I know the wiffle community is going to miss you tremendously. Things won't be the same moving forward on the Nighthawks and the whole league. And also, fans, if you haven't seen that Slippery Stairs clip from a few years back in ESPN The Ocho, you really should check that out. It's worth a watch.
And just one more thing, I just want to say thank you to the fans for supporting me and supporting this league. Just thank you, because without you guys, this couldn't have been done.
Thank you, Chance. You'll be missed. And I'll send it back up to Trevor in the booth to get things started.
That was Molly with Chance, and as you heard, playing his final career game today. What a career it's been for Chance, who's going to be the designated hitter in tonight's contest. 764 career plate appearances, 202 hits, 210 runs, 199 RBI, 54 career homers for the DH. He'll have one more opportunity to add on to that tonight. It's Drew Gradwell and DJ Oliver on the hill for these first couple games, what should be a fantastic pitching matchup, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely what I'm looking for is like the key matchup in this series is DJ Oliver has traditionally been considered one of the best, if not the best pitcher we had in this league. Except for the past couple years, Drew Gradwell has really been getting into that conversation. Very strong argument for him, especially this year and last year, of being that #1 pitcher. So it's kind of a matchup of all time. Great one to go out on if you are Chance Justice.
Most certainly, and it's a lot to play for both of these clubs tonight. The Nighthawks come in 5th in the league, 13-11. The Pilots at 10-14 in 5th and 6th. So the last two teams safe before this one-game wildcard playoff we have coming up in just a week or so. So a sweep here by the Pilots would tie them for 5th and potentially put the Nighthawks at risk of dropping into that one-game playoff, whereas if the Nighthawks can handle business, take a series win, the Pilots will enter the final week not safe from potentially dropping out should the Stingers put forth a good performance. That Stingers team, of course, back to fully healthy with the return of Peter McNeil a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, and if we're talking about form, this Pilots lineup did lose their last game, Game 3, to the Western Wolfpack, who are at the bottom of our standings, but they did come away with that series 2-1. The Nighthawks, on the other hand, during the middle of the season, were looking incredibly strong toward the top of the league, and have struggled in recent weeks, like taking 2 0-3 series sweep losses. And we'll really have to see which versions of these two teams we get here today, because I think either of these teams has the possibility and the potential to elevate to one of our top teams in the league. It's just, are they able to bring that form today?
Certainly. I mean, it will be a battle of two teams that are very good on both sides of the ball. Great pitching, as we'll see in these first couple of games, and some very potent offenses. The Pilots can kick it into gear with the 1-2 punch of Mark Campanero and DJ Oliver. The Nighthawks up and down, a very prolific offensive attack. So two teams that are set to try and compete for the postseason as we get ready to get things underway here in Game 1. DJ Oliver and Philip Thomas set to get us going here on the Monday afternoon. Final time here in Week 9. Oliver deals and misses up and out. That'll get us going. First pitch hit 5:56 p.m. here in the Pacific Northwest, as that'll miss low and outside. 2-0, a little too much break, and Thomas quickly ahead 3-0. Looking to start things off with a walk. And he'll do just that on 4 pitches. Philip Thomas gets aboard. Will make way for Jack Playhouse. DJ Oliver, 50 innings under his belt this season. Sports a 2.58 ERA, a whip of 2.32, 54 punch-outs. It's only 46 walks. So Jack Playhouse will step in here. Watches a strike to open things up. Playhouse batting second today. Pops one right center field off the tree and gone. Jack Playhouse gets things going, his 7th homer of the season.
And what a way to start the series as well. Second batter up, hits a home run against the tree, but it was quite high up there, almost reaching the lights we have in the field. Able to start the Nighthawks with a 2-0 lead here in the first. We were talking about how good DJ Oliver has been throughout his career. He's going to give up a home run quite early in the series.
Most certainly how you want to get things going is the pitcher opposing Oliver steps in. Drew Gradwell watches a first pitch strike and takes a healthy cut at 58. Falls behind 0-2. Oliver searching for the first out. Deals, and it's rocked back up the middle toward McKay. Throw to first in time. Keaton McKay consistent out there at that shortstop center field position.
Yeah, the ball took a couple of bounces on its way out to second base, but Keaton McKay able to field it cleanly, something we've seen a lot of teams struggle with, really picking up the ball off the hit, but able to get it over to Kevin Doe, makes a nice grab, secure that first out.
So in steps Chance Justice, first at bat of the day, and he'll take one off that front elbow. Cleanup man pulled left side, a lot of air underneath it, into foul territory, and it settles in. Fouls it off, count moves even 1-1. One out top of the first here in game 1, already 2-0. After a leadoff walk and ensuing homer by Jack Playhouse. Oliver's 1-1 is fouled back. Justice needing to defend the 1-2. Cut on and missed, down swinging for the first out. 4-pitch battle goes the way of DJ Oliver, and there's 2 down here in the top of the first.
Yeah, Oliver starting to recover in this inning. Started off first 2 batters, already 2 runs for the Nighthawks, but able to battle back, get 2 outs in a row here. Nighthawks down to their last out. Philip Grossenbacher will be at bat. Gonna foul that one back.
Came in at 60 flat there. 0-1 from Oliver. Grossenbacher underneath it, falls behind 0-2. Oliver rocks and fires, and it's spiked in the dirt. Grossenbacher trying to prolong this inning, but he's going to be frozen on the high inside corner, down looking for a second first inning punch out from DJ Oliver. Nighthawks get 2, but Oliver settles in and retires the following 3. First ups for the Pilots when we get back. Bottom of the first on the way for you here in game 1. Drew Gradwell on the bump for the Nighthawks as per usual. 50 2/3 on the year for Gradwell. A 2.13 ERA, 82 strikeouts, and a whip of 2.2 as he misses up and in to Keaton McKay. McKay, Campanero, Oliver, the three due up here in the bottom of the first. And Keaton is quickly ahead 3-0. That'll drop in for a strike. A little get me across from Gradwall. Count moves to 3-1 now, the rock and deal. Up and out and a 5-pitch walk to lead us off, just as we were in the top of the first.
Yeah, Keaton McKay able to get away with the walk there fairly easily, just only has one strike that he looks at.
Bit of a defensive alignment change for the Nighthawks, as informed by Jack Playhouse. Chance said he wanted second, so he's playing second right now. As Mark Campanero steps in, swings on the first pitch, grounds it over toward Thomas. One-handed snag is over the head of Playhouse and off the brick wall. McKay will have to head back to second.
Yeah, I believe he will. I don't think he was fully far enough before it hit the brick wall.
So Campanero in safely. It was a nice play by Philip Thomas. Came up ready to fire, but it's runners on first and second with nobody out for DJ Oliver.
And I believe extra special play, because I believe Jack Playhouse normally plays that third base position, now over at first because of a lineup change.
Yeah, a bit of an adjustment all around for the Nighthawks. That's grounded over toward Thomas. He'll take the force out. Throw to first is up the line. Campanero turns and heads for third. He'll be in safely. So they nab McKay at third, but DJ Oliver gets himself aboard. Runners on the corners, one away now. Noah Roberts takes a strike. As that's cut on and missed at 60, falls behind 0-2. Runners on the corners. Roberts behind. Gradwall deals. And froze him at 57, down looking for the second out. A huge looking strikeout as Drew Gradwall tries to strand the runner at third.
Yeah, Mark Campanero just sitting down the line was able to make a run from first all the way to third off of DJ Oliver's hit. Going to advance quite quickly here, so any connection here from Kevin Doe that keeps it in play might bring Campanero home.
First pitch, half swing, held off. 1-0 just missing upstairs. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. The 2-0 to Doe runs to the side. Trying to end this without loading the bases. Gradwall deals. Cut on and missed at 59. Had him chase a pitch that broke inside. Now the 3-1. Hitters count now. Just downstairs, and a 5-pitch walk will load him up for Keaton McKay. McKay with a chance to give the Pilots the lead here in the bottom of the first after the Nighthawks plated a pair in the top of the frame. It'll be Thomas, Playhouse, and Gradwall due up in the top of the second. First pitch to McKay, just up and out for a ball. Gradwall delivers once again and misses downstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. That's pushed foul. It'll settle in, and Gradwall gets one back. It's 2-1. Drew working quickly here as that'll run inside on him. That's 3-1 to McKay. Nowhere to put him. The hitters count. Half swing. No, he didn't. Takes a walk and cuts the lead in half. It's 2-1. Big first run there, especially with Mark Campanero coming to the plate, because this is a guy that can really swing it. 94 career homers for Campanero. The race for 100 certainly on here in the AWA. Quite a few hitters within 10 to 15 homers of that 100 mark, but Campanero can put himself 5 away with a big swing here. Watches a ball upstairs. Singled his first time. He takes a healthy cut at 58, but can't connect. 2 outs, bottom of the first. Campanero pushes this one the other way. Will settle onto the roof and bounce down. Steps out, readjusts. Loves to dictate the timing of an at-bat. 1-2 from Gradwall. Missed inside. Now the 2-2. Same spot, same result, count full. Nowhere to put Campanero. The payoff from Gradwall. Got him at 59, down swinging. Goes Mark Campanero. The Pilots get 1, but Drew Gradwall limits the damage and leaves them loaded as we head to the second.
Hashtag the last chance. Write that down. Write that down.
Top of the second on tap here in game 1. Philip Thomas will lead us off. Thomas, Blehaus, and Gradwall, the 3 set to swing it here. Thomas walked his first time as he takes a strike to open the second. Pop up fouling back. It'll settle in. He falls behind 0-2. Looking to defend here and start things off strong in the top of the second. Oliver's 0-2 runs inside. Now the 1-2. Upstairs, had to duck out of the way of it a little bit. Did Thomas. Count runs even. Now the 2-2. Outside. Nice defensive at bat from Thomas after falling behind 0-2. Count full now. The payoff. Grounded back up the middle. McKay on a couple hops. Throws to first in time. Fantastic snag from Kevin Doe for the first out. Jack Blehaus is not happy.
Yeah, Kevin Doe gets the ball there just in time. I believe Philip Thomas went for a little hop. Lands just after he catches the ball. Jay Oliver able to start that at bat off pretty successfully. Gets the 0-2, but goes full and then hit for the ground out.
So in steps Jack Blehaus, 1 for 1 with the 2-run shot in the first as he watches a first pitch strike here. And he'll pepper one out toward McKay. Looks like he broke the ball as McKay drops to a knee and hauls it in on a line for the second out. Keaton McKay, a busy man out there in center field. 2 quick outs, bring in Drew Gradwall. As Oliver deals and finds a strike here. 0-1 to Gradwall, got him to chase 58. Behind 0-2. Oliver delivers and drops it in at 55. Froze him up for strike 3. DJ Oliver settling in after the 2-run homer. We head to the bottom of the second, 2-1 your score.
It's the only one that's worked so far, man. Well, it worked really good. I've thrown it like 6 times.
back at it here in the bottom of the second. Pilots trailing by a run, looking to tie this game up as DJ Oliver steps in and watches a strike at 60 flat. Oliver, Roberts, Doe, the three due up as that's in, but at 61. Oliver saved by the speed check, now the 0-1.
I was clocked at 89.
I don't think that was 89.
I do not believe that.
I have my doubts.
Yeah.
So we'll try again in an 0-1 count, as that's chopped foul, and that will certainly be strike two.
Third time's a charm.
Yeah. I have my doubts about that being 89 miles an hour. Groundwall's 0-2. Rocketed to center field, and we're tied. DJ Oliver evens this game at 2.
Yeah, after getting 3 outs there on the defensive side, DJ Oliver comes in first at bat, knocks one out of the park. Solo home run's going to tie the game. 2-2 now in the bottom of the second. Now we Noah Roberts that's up facing Drew Gradwall.
That is a big-time swing from DJ Oliver in a big-time game for these Pacific Pilots. So makes way for Noah Roberts, struck out his first time. He steps in here and takes the ball outside. Bottom of this second inning here in game 1. That'll slot in at 58 for a strike. Now the 1-1. Cut on and missed at 60 flat. The 1-2 from Gradwall. Throws him up for strike 3 at 59. Big time from Drew Gradwall for the first out of this second. Living on that inner half of the plate is Drew. And what a race we're going to have for that Cy Young Award. And Drew Gradwall certainly in the mix for it.
Yeah, at one point during this season, almost felt like a guarantee for it, but Nighthawks struggles in the past couple weeks have kind of hurt his argument for it. Still got 2 games left, though, this week and in week 10 next week. See what he's able to put up.
He's behind Doe 3-0. Ryman accidentally. As Doe watches a strike here, walked his first time on 5 pitches. Second at bat, what does he have in store? The 3-1. And at 58 for a strike. Count full. Can he do it again? The 3-2. Walked him. Right on cue, Kevin Doe, a second free pass of the contest. And the go-ahead run is aboard with 1 out here in this second.
Yeah, great patience from Doe there after getting ahead 3-0 and then falling all the way to the full count. Having the wherewithal to hold off there on that 6th pitch. Earns him the walk.
So the lineup turns for Keaton McKay. Already a pair of walks in this one. As he takes the ball inside here. Ground ball back up the middle by Gradwall. Tracking is justice, but he bobbles it. Everybody's going to hold. But Keaton McKay has himself a 1-out single. All of a sudden, the Pilots in business for Mark Campanero with 1 out.
Yeah, Doe able to make it over to second. Justice bobble on his ball, not able to get there in time. Campanero will look up first ball there.
And that's a tough guy to be at the dish if you're Gradwall. Go-ahead run sits on second as Campanero takes a strike. It's 2-1. The rockin' deal misses inside. So a hitter's count to Mark Campanero, the 3-1. Outside, ball 4. The bases are loaded for DJ Oliver.
And now back-to-back innings where the Pilots are able to get 3 aboard on the bases, load them up. Had, I believe, 2 chances last inning to try to get something with it, only able to score a walk, 1 run in. DJ Oliver, the one who hit solo home run at the top of this inning. Or I guess top of this offensive cycle for the Pilots. Now another chance He had a grand slam if he does.
First pitch to him. Fouled back. Chance to give the Pilots the lead here in game 1. 0-1 fouled off that front foot and is behind 0-2. What can DJ Oliver do? The 0-2. Got him chasing, but he's saved by the speed check at 61. New life for DJ Oliver. A huge speed check. Can Drew Gradwall do it again? The 0-2. Inside for a ball. Now the 1-2. Back up the middle, rolling into center field. That's going to score 1 run. Here comes McKay. He'll follow a 2 RBI single for DJ Oliver.
Yeah, saved by the speed check there at 61, then holds off for a ball and gets a beautiful hit straight down the middle into kind of that dead space in between the 2 trees. Chance Justice able to get over there eventually, but not before 2 runs make it home. It's going to bring the score to 2-4 here. Pilots now in the lead with 2 runs, by 2 runs.
So we've got a dog on the field. Are we getting a dog delay here?
Looks to be so. Got a dog cam up on the screen.
Is that the official mascot of the Pacific Pilots, they're saying? So Noah Roberts will step in again, pulls this first pitch over toward Justice, who tracks it down on a line. Chance Justice, a vintage moment for this big-time second out.
Yeah, able to make the run over there, just gets one hand on it, makes a clean grab in the air. Kevin Doe now will have a chance. Take a swing at the first one at 59. Runners on the corner still, in the form of DJ Oliver and Mark Campanero.
0-1 to Doe, drops in at 58. Gradwall just trying to get out of the inning now, the 0-2. Inside. Now the 1-2. Half swing. It did not go. Count moves even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Gradwall deals. Got him swinging at 57. Kevin Doe goes down for the 3rd out, but the Pilots plate 3 and take the lead as we head to the 3rd here in game 1.
It's over here. It blended. Thank you, sir.
So it'll be Justice, Grossenbacher, and Thomas due up here in the top of this 3rd. Nighthawks need 2 to tie, 3 to take the lead. And DJ Oliver has been in a groove here in game 1. He's settled in after that top of the 1st homer. As the walk and the homer he dealt, the only 2 base runners he's allowed, as Justice rips this one over the head of McKay. And he'll trot in safely for a leadoff single right on cue. Chance Justice, a leadoff knock, gets things going here in the top of the 3rd.
Yeah, that ball really approached McKay and made a crazy turn right at the last moment. Kind of threw him there for a second, able to pick it up, but on time for Justice just to get over to 1st.
So the tying run comes to the plate in the form of Philip Grossenbacher, the DH here in game 1. Takes the ball upstairs. Now the 1-0. Big league take right there from the righty. That broke out of the zone. Same spot, same result. He's ahead 3-0. Pulled foul the other way. Oliver gets one back. Pilots have left 5 runners aboard. Obviously the Nighthawks have left none as that's in for a strike. And Could come back to bite him. Oliver deals the payoff, and he walked him. A single and a walk. Put the tying run on first with nobody out here in the top of this third. Can DJ Oliver work out of a jam and slam the door? Lineup turns for Philip Thomas now. Still nobody out. Tying run on first, go ahead run at the plate as that runs inside on Thomas. Back up the middle, this could be trouble. McKay with no play, and that'll load him up.
62 too.
A huge knock that moves everybody up 40 feet. And it's sacks jacked with nobody out for Jack Playhouse. First pitch to him, upstairs for a ball. One-0 finds the zone at 57. Now the 1-1. Tapped foul. One ball, two strikes, still nobody away. Oliver deals and runs up and in. After two quick innings, DJ Oliver has struggled in this third. As his 2-2 moves the count full.
Yeah, we still got Jace's blood on this board.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out in the top of this third in game 1. Pilots looking to pull themselves further clear of safety. Nighthawks trying to stay in the fight for the top overall seed. The payoff misses outside. That'll score a run. Playhouse trots to first. Justice trots home. And it's a 1-run ball game with nobody out here in the third.
And the bases remain loaded here for Drew Gradwell. Pilots kind of giving Nighthawks multiple opportunities here to really cement a lead. Take a swing at the first pitch there. Kind of high.
Huge cut, but he falls behind 0-1. Leaves that inside for a ball. Now the 1-1. Chased it at 56. Oliver looking for the first out here. Will he challenge Gradwell? Will he try to make him chase? The 1-2 misses low. 4-3 Pilots your score. Top of the third here in game 1. So the 2-2 misses behind him and the count is full again.
I feel like Gradwell here really looking at his opportunity. No one down. Bases loaded. Was going for some kind of aggressive swings there in the first couple pitches, but slowing it down a little bit. Count goes full. See what he ends up going for here.
Oliver nowhere to put Gradwell. The payoff. Ground ball back to Oliver. By Oliver. 1 run will score. Here comes Thomas. Throw to the plate in time. DJ Oliver nabs the go-ahead run. Big time right there from Oliver. As this game is even, but nothing more with 1 out.
Let me check the replay too.
Yeah, the ball just dances past the hand of DJ Oliver on its initial bounce, but he's able to get there in his powerful arm, able to make it home before Philip Thomas. Looking for a replay here on whether Jack Playhouse will be at third or at second, depending on where he was in his run.
They didn't have the replay, so we're checking the YouTube last year.
So we've got our replay and production crew taking a look at what happened. Either way, Chance Justice will step in. Just depends on whether Jack Playhouse is at second or third. That's what we're inquiring on right now.
Hey, every run counts. Okay?
So Playhouse will go back to second. It'll be runners on first and second with one away for Chance Justice. Game tied at 4 now. One out, top of the third. First pitch to him, peppered up the middle. Campanero chases, can't haul it in. The bases are loaded again. Chance Justice, a second hit of the inning. That'll load them up once more for Philip Grossenbacher.
And pretty perfect placement there from Chance Justice. It goes kind of straight down the middle, but right outside of both Mark Campanero and DJ Oliver's hands. Mark has to chase it, then doesn't have any options to throw to. DJ Oliver will strike back first pitch strike to Philip Grossenbacher.
A run outside, count even now. 1-1 pitch chased at 55. Grossenbacher needing to defend now. 1-2 pitch. Got him swinging at 54 for the second out. Lineup will turn for Philip Thomas, a chance to give the Nighthawks the lead. Can Oliver strand them loaded? It'll be McKay, Campanero, Oliver due up in the bottom of the frame. Both teams searching for a Game 1 victory. First pitch to Thomas, inside. As that'll run outside, and he's ahead 2-0. Thomas trying to get aboard by any means necessary. Oliver shaking it out, regrouping. Behind 3-0 though. Deals home, and he walked him. Playhouse comes around and scores. The bases stay loaded, and the Nighthawks take the lead again. It's 5-4.
And Nighthawks take the lead, bringing us eventually to the bottom of the third, where the Pilots will have another chance to strike back here. One run still the difference. Jack Playhouse will have a chance to try to right that. Able to hit home run for 2 runs in the top of the first inning. Way back long ago. That's gonna at least hit the zone. Strike 1.
First pitch in for a strike. That'll run up and out. Count even 1-1 now. Tough leave from Playhouse. Now 2-1. In at 56. Oliver trying to limit the damage here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Missed outside, and the count is full. Oliver's payoff. Walked him, and another run will score at 6-4. Line keeps moving for the Nighthawks.
And on the defensive side, probably starting to get in your head. You had 2 chances with bases loaded and 2 outs to put a runner away and close the inning.
Already 4 runs across in this 3rd inning.
And it's the 3rd inning, so there's no run cap. So in theory, this carousel could keep moving here for the Nighthawks. The walks keep coming in from DJ Oliver. Still 2 outs though. 1 out will end this inning. It's gonna be a hard swing there from Drew Gradwell. Start 0-1.
as he pushes this one back up the middle by everybody, but the throw to first by McKay is in time. Keaton McKay, a fantastic play out there at second to wrap up the inning and send us to the bottom of the third. Pilots need a pair to tie, 3 to walk it off.
Who do you have up? Go, baby. Come on. Go.
So Keaton McKay will lead us off here in the bottom of the third. Swings on the first pitch, can't connect with 60.
Pilots still trail by 2. It's their last chance to either bring us to extras, or it's going to be 61 no pitch, or end the game right here.
Saved by the speed check is McKay, behind 0-1. Leaves the ball inside there. McKay swings a 2-0-3 stick. Solid table setter for this Pilots team. Working in a 1-1 count right now. 64 at-bats on the year for McKay, 13 hits. He's walked 28 times, so more than double the walk-to-hit ratio. 1-1 finds the zone at 59. Gradwell searching for the first out. Our Campanero sits on deck as he's frozen for strike 3. McKay watches it for the first out.
It's a great start from Drew Gradwell as well. Already able to get 1 out on the board. Don't believe the Pilots were able to get that until already bases were loaded at the top of this inning. Pilots still have to recover 2 runs. No one on base so far. Mark Campanero now have a chance at it.
This is the meat and potatoes of this Pilots lineup, as that misses inside the 1-2 of Campanero and Oliver, like we talked about in the pregame. They can really wreak havoc defensively. Tying run sits on deck right now. Campanero's ahead 2-0.
And a lot of the successes of the Pilots in the past have been built off the back of strong Mark Campanero hitting. That's why considered one of the best hitters in the league. He's 3-0 now, but get their first strike, 3-1 now.
So a hitter's count with 1 out. Gradwell delivers and missed outside. Tying run will come to the plate. Huge set of takes from Campanero to work himself aboard. So DJ Oliver, who had been locked down all day on the hill, struggled in the third, but has a chance to redeem himself here.
Yeah, like you said, represents the tying run here. Campanero already on first. Ball will be outside of 58.
Quickly ahead 2-0 is Oliver. Gradwell approaching 70 pitches. That was number 70. It's in for a strike. Oliver sits on 68 pitches. We'll likely see them both again in game 2 as that runs up and in. It's 3-1 to DJ Oliver. Now the hitters count. Ground ball over toward third. Thomas comes up firing, but it's not in time. Philip Thomas tracked that one deep into the hole, but just couldn't make the throw. Everybody moves up.
Yeah, it doesn't quite have the velocity to make it all the way to Jack Playhouse. So I was a little bit short, unable to make the play.
So now Noah Roberts will have a chance to be the hero. Nighthawks leading 6-4, bottom of the third here in game 1. But the winning run is at the plate for the Pacific Pilots. First pitch to Roberts in at 59 for a strike. Noah searching for his first knock of the day. watches 57 here. The 0-2. Missed inside. Kevin Doe taking warm-up hacks, just nailed a metal fence post.
At least it wasn't the tripod that's
Yeah,
on the
that
other
would
side.
be a little more of an issue. Or a metal tent pole or whatever. 2-2 here. Fouled back. Stays alive here in a 2-2 count. Gradwall works again. Got him to chase it at 56 for the second out. And a big-time strikeout from Drew Gradwall.
Yeah.
2 down.
Yeah, put Gradwall 1 out away from ending this game, taking a 1-0 lead in the series so far. Kevin Doe, though, also represents the winning run here if he's able to hit a homer and bring out 2 runners on first and second home. Currently has 2 on the year, looking to get his 3rd.
Gives the first pitch for a ball. Keaton McKay sits on deck. That'll miss upstairs, 2-0. Gradwall deals. Rocketed center field off to the base of the wall. 2 hops the wall. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's offline. Did not hit the backstop. Everybody moves up. Kevin Doe comes up big. A 2-out double. It makes this a 1-run ball game. Not over yet as the tying run moves to 3rd. What can Keaton McKay do? First pitch here. Foul back. That'll join us. Nice.
It's impressive that it made that much noise on its way down.
0-1 in at 60, and the Pilots down to their final strike. Gradwall trying to slam the door. McKay trying to tie it. The 0-2. Throws him at 58. Strike 3 looking. And the Nighthawks take game 1, 6-5. Big time from Drew Gradwall. And that's why he's in the Cy Young conversation. Slams the door to wrap this one up.
After commercial break.
I'll plug in the line.
Well, he started the scoring in game 1 with a 2-run homer that eventually helped the Nighthawks take it over the top. Molly is with Jack Playhouse.
Thanks, Trevor. All right, ballers, not a bad start to game 1 here on a beautiful evening. Nighthawks come out on top against the Pilots, and I'm joined with Nighthawks captain, also AWA commissioner, Mr. Jack Playhouse. Jack, your home run tonight helped get things started for the Nighthawks. How do you plan to continue the momentum into game 2?
It was just a weight off the shoulders there, getting game 1 win. We lost 6 in a row, so back on the good track. I know it's going to be tough against these guys whenever DJ's pitching, but if we can get runs early, I think we'll be in good shape.
Nighthawks are back. You heard it here first. Now, Jack, I understand tonight's a big emotional moment for the Nighthawks with the retirement of longtime AWA veteran Chance Justice, who announced that this evening is his final game in the AWA. Jack, anything to comment on Chance's retirement?
Yeah, well, the field's definitely be a lot quieter with him gone. It kind of caught us all off surprise, just, retiring before the regular season's over. But I guess when it's time, and we'll have to make do without him. He's, led us to the 2023 World Series, so it's going to be a tough shoe to fill.
Absolutely. Yep, he'll definitely be missed. Okay, Jack, wishing you the best of luck in game 2, and I'll send things back up to Trevor and Neil to get started.
Thank you, Molly. So as we take a look at the lineups, pretty similar. In fact, entirely similar for the Pilots here in game 2. The Nighthawks switch it up a little bit once again. Philip Thomas will DH. Philip Grossenbacher goes back to first. Jack Playhouse at second. Chance wanted to man the hot corner, so he'll play third here in game 2. And as expected, Drew Gradwall back on the hill as the sun starts to set here in the PNW, getting into the late portions of summer. So as expected, we're losing a little bit of daylight every day at a time, unfortunately. Very sad.
Yeah, it's very sad. Hopefully we'll be able to get through tonight without having to turn on those lights. I don't know if we've gotten that far so far this season.
So we'll gear up to get going here in game 2. Drew Gradwall back on the hill.
Yeah, both teams opting to stick with their starting pitcher in game 2. Seeing some teams put in their second, the second game, and then go back to the first and the third. That makes sense, but that ball's going to be knocked up by Keaton McKay. I think Jack Playhouse able to get there just in time before the ball hits the ground.
Appeared to be a catch to me, that's for sure.
Was a little close, but call it out.
Nice shoestring grab there. So a quick first out. Mark Campanero will step in once again. And replay just confirmed. Was in fact an out. As Mark Campanero watches a ball here. Campanero and then DJ Oliver sits on deck here in game 2. Nighthawks took the first 6-5 in what was a real fantastic game. The 2-0 runs up and out. Now the 3-0. Outside ball 4, and that's how the first base runner of the game gets on. Mark Campanero will take the walk down to first. So DJ Oliver will step in, 1 on, 1 gone, top of this first inning here in game 2. Yeah, certainly a beautiful night for wiffle ball here in the PNW. There's a lot of smoke earlier today, but that's cleared off, as it seems there is every summer. It's kind of a staple of the PNW lifestyles, the summer fires. Fouled back, and it's 1-2. Got a good crowd on hand as well.
Yeah.
Solid attendance. That's ripped to right center. It took a weird line. Looked like it was tailing toward right center field, but don't know if it got caught up in the wind or was hit off the end of the bat, but ended up over with Philip Grossenbacher at first.
Yeah, it takes that super weird turn, essentially right into his hands. Able to secure it for a fly out. The 2 outs now. Mark Campanero just on first with a walk. Noah Roberts now at bat.
In for a strike at 57. So after the 1-out walk, Groundwall looking to shut things down and wrap up this top of the first as Roberts takes the ball. 1-1 in for a strike. Now the 1-2. Froze him at 58, down looking. Runner stranded at first as we head to the bottom of the first here in game 2. So back to work on the hill for DJ Oliver here, bottom of the first here in game 2. Nighthawks took game 1, 14th win of the season for that Nighthawks club, who's still in the competition for a top overall seed. You know, you're 5 games back with 6 games to play. You basically have to sweep here if you're the Nighthawks. A loss would pretty much bring that hope to an end, and you know, you gotta hope for a lot of outside factors if you're the Nighthawks, but
certainly
you're gonna be in a decent spot anyway as long as you keep winning games. That's for sure.
Yeah, and so far they're in a good spot, getting a win against DJ Oliver. That ball's gonna be hit strong to the left field. Keaton McKay will field it slowly, but Phillips will still get on to first.
Long single, just caught the top of the tall wall, a little bit more air under it, and it would have been out. If it was hit to almost any other part of the park, it would have been out as well.
Certainly. As I was saying, able to secure a win against DJ Oliver. The Pilots have somewhat struggled, as we talked about their game against the Wolfpack earlier. In that game 3, when they have to field their second pitcher, I believe Kevin Doe normally fills that role.
So Playhouse ahead 2-0. Pops this one up. Oliver steps off the mound, calls everybody off, and camps underneath it for the first out. Easy peasy for DJ Oliver.
Yeah, unfortunate there for Jack Playhouse. Just doesn't catch enough of the ball since it's flying straight up in the air, and it's just easiest catch for DJ Oliver.
So Drew Gradwell will step in now. 1 on, 1 gone, bottom of this first inning. Nighthawks looking to move Philip Thomas along from first, as that barely misses outside. Oliver just missing in the speed department. This time he drops in 57 for a strike. Now the 1-1. Barely finds the zone. Sets and fires 1-2, misses inside. Philip Thomas on first after the long single. That bounces in the dirt, and the count is full, 3-2. And Gradwell holds off, takes a walk, and moves Philip Thomas along to second. 2 on, 1 gone for Chance Justice now.
Yeah, last game, DJ Oliver were able to have a really strong start in both the first and second innings. It's really that third inning where things started to fall apart. Allowed, I believe, 4 runs in that inning to bring the Nighthawks to 6. Ended up being enough to win them the game, but allows 2 runs here in the top of the bottom of the first. Chance Justice now, but Bow, look at kind of a curving ball. It's at 47, lands low and outside.
1-0 drops in as you heard some of the classic Mark Campanero claps. 1-1 healthy cut, but can't connect with 55. Now the 1-2. Missed inside, and we're square. Now the 2-2. Rocketed to center field and gone. Chance Justice unloads. a 3-run tank. And the Nighthawks lead it here in game 2.
And that's one for the road for Chance Justice here in his last game of his AWA career. Able to knock one out of the park for 3 runs, put the Nighthawks up 3-0 in the series. I believe it might be the biggest lead we've had so far in this series. I believe it was 2-0, then 4-2, and 6-4 in the last game.
And a pretty cool moment right there for him in the second to last game of his career, of course. Calling it after this series as Grossenbacher fouls that off and falls behind 0-2. Huge swing at that. That was destroyed out into left center field as Grossenbacher watches a ball. 1 out, bottom first, 3-0 your score. That's grounded over toward Campagnaro, makes the play on a hop, throws to first, bobbled and couldn't quite haul it in. Grossenbacher safely in.
Yeah, a couple small mistakes there from the Pilots. I mean, for Mark Campagnaro, it takes a second to kind of ready himself before he throws it. Probably would have been there in time anyway, but Noah Roberts not quite able to get a strong hold on it, bobbles it a little bit, and Grossenbacher will be in safe.
So the line keeps moving as the card flips for Philip Thomas, who's ahead 2-0. Had to duck out of the way of that one. Quickly ahead 3-0.
I feel like we had a lot of balls heading toward our batters today.
Some command issues this afternoon. 3-0 popped up center field. McKay comes on, had to get on his horse there at the end. It tracked away from him.
Yeah, starts to take a little dive to the right and away from him. Able to get there in the end, though. Grossenbacher will stay on first.
So Jack Blehouse will step in again. First pitch on the way, fouled back. 2 outs now, bottom 1. That'll miss inside for a ball. Blehouse trying to extend the frame a little bit. Oliver nearly up to 30 total pitches. 2-1 is fouled off. And he will hit that 30 pitch number. That drops in the dirt, and the count is full 3-2. Now the payoff. Got him chasing 59, down swinging for the 3rd out. But the Nighthawks cash in on 3 off the bat at Chance Justice. So Kevin Doe will lead us off here in the top of this second. 3-0 Nighthawks your score. A 3-run shot off the bat of Chance Justice. And now the Pilots having to work out of a hole. First pitch to Doe in swinging for a strike. It'll be Doe, McKay, Campagnaro, the 3 up in the second inning as Kevin Doe's quickly behind 0-2. Gradwall deals. Got him to chase 45, down swinging for the 1st out. Big strikeout on 3 pitches. As Philip Thomas getting warm in the bullpen, presumably the Game 3 starter for the Nighthawks. We'll assume it's going to be him versus Kevin Doe, the 2 that we've seen getting warm in the pen.
Would make the most sense, but I believe we've seen all of these players on the Nighthawks pitch throughout this year. Might have been due to some absences, though.
So Keaton McKay wore a first pitch off the back, and now leaves that one high for ball 2. Top of this second inning as that's grounded over toward Justice, who tracks it down, throws to first in time. A moving throw and a 5-3 putout. That's third to first.
Yeah, great throw there from Justice. Was able to get it over there in time pretty comfortably.
So quickly 2 outs for Mark Campanero, who walked his first time and watches a strike here. Wind starting to pick up a little bit. Blowing in toward us. That's chopped foul to the backstop. Campanero steps out, resets, retools, and waits on an 0-2. Missed inside for a ball. Now the 1-2. Gradwall deals. And just missed up high. Tried to break out the knuckler. Now the 2-2. In at 58. Froze him for strike 3. Fantastic from Drew Gradwall. Retires them in order. Sends us to the bottom of the second. So Drew Gradwall will naturally lead us off here in the bottom of the second. You get busy on the hill, you get an opportunity to swing. He takes the ball here. This one peppered toward right center. Tracked away from Robertson. He dropped it. Gradwall hustling down the line. And that is brutal.
Yeah, that's a real tough one there from Noah Roberts. Able to get there in time, but just not get a hand on it. Maybe blame the sun in his setting.
A second error here in this second inning, or a second error of the game happens, I should say, here in this second inning. As Chance Justice steps in again, 1-for-1 with a homer. What can he unleash here? Swings on the first pitch, taps it foul. Just caught a piece of it. It's the 0-1, runs up and out. Now the 1-1. Popped back toward us, and we were ready. We were ready to make a play. Justice falls behind 1-2. Gradwall on first, Grossenbacher on deck. Runs outside. Now the 2-2. Got him to chase 59, down swinging for the first out of this second inning. So a big first out as Philip Grossenbacher steps in. 0-for-1 reached on error an inning ago. Gradwall sits on first, 1 out, bottom of the second, 3-0 your score. That'll spike in the dirt and run outside. It'll be 3-4-5 due up in the top of the third for the Pilots. Oliver Roberts-Doe will go to work, but still a ways before we get there. Pilots searching for a couple more outs, and Philip Grossenbacher's ahead 3-0 as he takes a walk here. Another runner gets aboard as the lineup turns for Philip Thomas again. 1-for-2 in this second game. Had that long single off the top of the wall. See if he can tag DJ Oliver again. Thomas with Blayhouse on deck. 1 out, bottom of the second. As he watches a strike on the inside corner. Not much better in terms of location than what you just saw right there as that misses outside. Pulled left side past the hand of Campanero. Gradwall's going to turn and come home. Here's the throw. We're going to have to take a look at that. That was airmailed as Gradwall came flying in. It was a fantastic throw if he made it from the wall. So the call is going to be safe. A run scores, and it's 4-0. Had to defer on that one. It was a fantastic throw by Keaton McKay. My goodness. As Jack Playhouse takes the ball. I mean, he drilled that thing from the base of the wall and was right in step with the scoring Gradwall. That's in for a strike.
And it falls just enough to hit the backstop as well, which is required for that out, but just not quite in time. Jude Gradwall had to put on kind of the afterburners there, jumps on top of the hot tub. Jack Blay has now hitters count, 3-1.
Oliver deals and misses inside, walked him. Base is loaded with one out as Gradwall steps in once again. Right after going crashing over the hot tub. 4-0 your score. Nighthawks trying to add on. First pitch on the way to Drew Gradwall. Missed outside. Oliver tries to shake it off, runs up and in, ball 2. Still only one out. Justice on deck, Grossenbacher in the hole as that's chased for strike 1. Oliver steps off, resets, steals a 2-1 and just misses on the low inside corner. Was looking for it. Now the 3-1. Pulled left side. That's going to roll all the way to the wall. One run will score. Here comes the throw. It's off the mark. A pair of runners come around. Playhouse turns and heads for third. And a 2 RBI single makes it 6-0.
Yeah, very similar play to the one we saw before, but Keaton McKay doesn't put the strength in it to really throw home. Just kind of loses its power around halfway along that third baseline, but we'll bring 2 home. Jack Playhouse make it to third, but Gradwall going to stay at first.
Suddenly this game is wide open. It's 6-0 as Justice watches a ball. And pulls this one to the wall. That's going to score another. Gradwall turns for third and steps on the bag in time.
Really loving that back left side of the field. Keaton McKay maybe should move over there a little bit more, but as soon as you move over there, it's going to go to the middle. Just how things go, but need 3 great plays in a row for the Northern Nighthawks. Going to bring in 3 runs, or 4 runs, I'm sorry.
Hitting it where they ain't.
Exactly.
That's the strategy.
Mark Campanero now have a word with DJ Oliver.
And they're going to switch pitchers here. They'll go with Kevin Doe. So DJ Oliver's day is done here in game 2. In theory, opting to protect him for game 3 because he only recorded the 1 out here in the second. So he's thrown 4 1/3.
What's up?
I have Kevin Doe warming up here on the mound. Runners remain at the corners and Chance Justice and Drew Gradwall. Only 1 out. Nighthawks currently lead 7-0.
And we'll see what the strategy play is here because, like we were saying, in theory, this could be a move to protect or stash DJ Oliver for a little bit because he's thrown 4 1/3. Of course, as a starter, 6 runs or 6 innings is your cap. So he has another inning and 2/3 that he's eligible to throw. So in theory, if the Nighthawks or if the Pilots are up relatively big after the first out of the second inning in game 2, they could call upon Oliver to close out a victory should his services be needed. He'll shift over to third. Campanero will move into the designated hitter spot. So a lot of moving and shaking for the Pilots here in this second inning. Grossenbacher will step in and get set to do battle. Grossenbacher with Thomas on deck and Playhouse in the hole should we get that far. Bottom of the second, 7-0 Nighthawks your score. A 3-spot in the first off the bat of Chance Justice. And 4 runs scored via small ball here in the second. With 3 straight singles putting us where we are now.
Yeah, we do remain in the second inning. Run cap would initially be at 9 with a 6-run run cap with 3 runs coming into this inning. Ball's going to go high at 58 for first.
Grossenbacher takes the ball. And it's in for a strike there. Just caught that low inside corner. Now the 1-1. Grounded back to Doe. Runner holds up at third. Solid play from Kevin Doe to look him back for the second out. He'll go down as a fielder's choice.
Yeah, Chance Justice will use the opportunity to get over to second. Runners now second and third for Philip Thomas.
Swings on the first pitch, pulls it foul. So runners on second and third, 2 outs here. That'll miss up and out to Thomas. Playhouse sits on deck, Gradwall in the hole, but 2 outs in this third. Is that sent towards center field at the wall and gone? And that's going to bring the mercy rule into play. It's 10-0, and that will end game 2. Philip Thomas deleted a ball.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that was a possibility until in my head until like a couple seconds ago when I realized there's 3 runners here. Even though the run cap is at 9, if you score a home run, you're going to bring them all home. That's going to bring us to 10. 10 runs end the inning. Going into third, if you're ahead by 10, that's going to end the game. And that's going to be a series win here for the Nighthawks with a dominant game 2.
They have looked unstoppable in these first couple games. We'll take a break and be back for the conclusion of this series. Well, after walking off game 2 with his 3-run run rule bomb, Philip Thomas was with Robert.
All right, Philip, tell me about that home run to do the Mercy Roll win.
PG put together a great at-bat before that, and, I was able to see a lot of pitches with the new pitcher in, and, I just took my shot, and it just went over the fence.
Talking about Chance Justice, missing him the rest of the year, retiring, what's the emotion like in the dugout?
It's, surprisingly happy. Not that we're, that he's leaving, but, it's just he's somebody that is up there to just lift your spirits, and it's just always so fun to have him in the dugout, and he will be missed, but, we're enjoying the time right now that we have him, so he's had a great game so far, and he's going to try to bring it for the next game, too.
All right, good luck in game 3.
Appreciate it.
Back to booth, guys.
And we were just chatting with Robert, telling him to keep that earpiece in. So we'll take a look at the lineups ahead of game 3. There was a shakeup that we didn't see coming. We were surprised by this. Chance Justice will be on the hill here in game 3 for the Nighthawks.
Like we did expect, though, Kevin Doe will remain on the hill, I guess, now for the Pilots. Didn't have a long stint in game 2, as Philip Thomas kind of ended it pretty quickly with a walk-off game 2 3-run home run into a mercy rule.
So that was a interesting way to end that second game. And it was about as basic of a mercy rule as you can get, just a classic 10-0 thumping.
Yeah.
In game 2.
Off the back of just some great pitching from Gradwall as well, especially in that second inning.
That's the big thing you look for. So Kevin Doe will be on the hill. It'll be Doe versus Justice in this third and final game of the series. Nighthawks have already wrapped up the series win, up to 15 wins on the year.
Like we were mentioning before, though, they do trail before today. Metropolitan and Mojo, I believe, in first place by 5 games. With 6 left to play, so every win here kind of matters.
Taking a look, assuming, let's say the Nighthawks win this final game. As we head into the final week of the season, there would still be 4 teams alive for that #1 seed. The Aces have already secured themselves safety. Actually, not necessarily. Or yes, they have, because it's only the bottom 2 teams that have to play in that one-game playoff. So the Aces safely in the postseason, but they are eliminated from #1 seed contention as they'll end the final week. They'll start the final week. Sorry, I'm all mixed up. 4 games out of first place. But Enforcers, Mojo, Cyclones, and Nighthawks could all be that #1 seed come playoff time. And should the Pilots drop this one, they'll enter the final week only a game above the Stingers in terms of safety, as that's tapped foul.
Yeah, really still up in the air for our final standings here.
So the 2-2 from Kevin Doe runs inside, and the count is full to leadoff man Thomas.
Be really interesting to look at the matchups for next week. I don't have them in front of me to see if there are any that could just be like a decider for that first place spot.
So after the leadoff walk, runner gets aboard as we get things going here in game 3. And looking at next week, it'll be the Mojo and the Cyclones, so that'll be a good battle for first place. That'll actually be tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll have a big one for first place, potentially even second place. Enforcers, Pilots on Wednesday, so the Pilots with a 2-game week, just like the Stingers a couple weeks ago. As Playhouse watches a strike. Those will be the last 2 games of this week. And then next week, the last week of the regular season of the Aces and the Wolfpack fighting to try and claw to safety. That's in for a strike, and Playhouse falls behind 1-2.
I believe the Wolfpack might already actually be eliminated, sitting at 6 game wins compared to the Pilots' 10.
Yeah, so they are stuck. I didn't even think about that. So that'll run up and out, and the count is full 3-2. So the Wolfpack will play in that one-game playoff. Now for them, it's just about ending up in that 7 seed. Excuse me, swing from Playhouse is fouled off.
Even though they are a low seed, it doesn't really count them out of anything. I mean, last year we saw, I believe, the Eastern Enforcers coming from 7th place, which...
Last team in the dance.
All the way to the World Series, and now possibly into first place. Will face the Pilots, said Wednesday.
Doe's payoff misses in the dirt, and back-to-back walks open us up here in Game 3. The final game of the regular season, a week from Wednesday. These Nighthawks versus the Southern Stingers. So that'll be a big series as well, because both the Wolfpack and the Pilots will be waiting on what the Stingers do to see where seeding ends up. First pitch to Gradwall, up and out. So a Pilots loss here would send them into the final week, because that's fouled off. Only one game ahead of the Stingers, which would leave them in a bit of a vulnerable spot for a good Stingers club.
I mean, quickly then, this Nighthawks team would turn into from your enemy into your best friend. Really hoping that for them to shut out the Stingers next week.
Certainly will be rooting for them next week. Runs inside, Gradwall takes a walk, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. Chance to start things hot here for Chance Justice, no pun intended. First at bat of what will be the final game of his 5-year AWA career. Kevin Doe deals first pitch, misses inside, and he jumps ahead 1-0. I'll leave that upstairs. Ball 2. Doe already up to 20 pitches, 14 of which have been balls. Just trying to slow things down here as that's pulled foul. Justice with a chance to push the Nighthawks out in front.
Yeah, they've started both games so far today up in runs out of the first inning.
Big cut at 56, but he swings through it for strike 2.
Both
down to 2-2.
Both off the back of home runs.
Peppers one on a line. It's going to hit the base of the tree. Everyone's going to go station to station. And Chance Justice has an RBI single.
This moves everyone forward. One off a single instead of a walk. Kind of a fancier way to do that.
Shades of the World Series last fall, where the Blue Jays had a ball get stuck under the wall. That, of course, went for a double. They ended up losing that game, shockingly. Of course, that was the second World Series win in a row for the Dodgers, and it certainly looks like they're primed to make it 3 with the acquisition of Tarek Skubal at the deadline. Grossenbacher swings through 56, falls behind 1-2. Doe searching for the first out, pulled toward Campanera. He bobbles it, throws home in time. But it missed the hot tub, so everybody's going to be safe. The line keeps on moving. The throw had him, but was just offline.
Yeah, almost maybe. Never mind. I was going to say it may have been more worth it to go for the throw at him. I know Jack Bleaus turned his head around. They made eye contact for a second, almost daring him to do it. But opts for the throw home, but most likely would have missed both anyway.
So Philip Thomas steps in here as the lineup turns. Still nobody out. Top of this first inning, 2-0 your scores. That misses outside. And we could be in for a lot of scoring here in this third and final game, as that just finds the top of the zone for strike 2. The 1-2 to the top of the order, Thomas misses inside.
I mean, we don't really know how the Pilots' offensive half innings are going to go. Justice on the mound.
2-2 off of Doe. Throws home, not in time. Everybody's going to be safe. Oh, man, that one, a big-time comebacker.
Yeah, Gradwell up on top of the hot tub again. Happened to him last game.
Line keeps moving. Singles keep working for the Nighthawks as it's 3-0.
Yeah, and a bit of indecision there from Doe. Thinks about going to first for a second before ultimately deciding to throw home, but it's not in time.
Back to work for Jack Playhouse. 3 runs across and plenty of time to add more if you're the Nighthawks. So that'll run outside and Playhouse jumps ahead 2-0. Miss above his head, ducks out of the way. Nice job getting the bat down as Doe steps off, shakes it out. 35 pitches already. 3-0, grounded toward McKay. Playhouse slipped out of the box. Nobody around to make a throw. McKay fielded it cleanly, but nowhere to go with it. And another infield single keeps the line moving. It's 4-0.
Yeah, just extremely solid base running from the Nighthawks, just knowing exactly when they need to go, getting there in good time, but Oliver's just left with no options.
So Drew Gradwall swings on the first pitch, fouls it off. 4-0 now here in the top of the first on 4 hits. And still nobody out. That'll bounce in the dirt for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bases loaded for Drew Gradwall. He'll ground one up the middle. McKay comes over. He can't make a throw anywhere. I'm sorry, that's Jake Oliver. All mixed up. Other runs scores as DJ Oliver couldn't haul it in, and it's 5-0 for Chance Justice.
Yeah, makes the grab near second, but looks to throw home instead of tagging up. Jack Playhouse then is safe at second, and Oliver opts not to go for any throw.
1 more run would put us at the run rule for this first inning, as that's cut on and missed, and the count moves even 1-1. I'll run inside, ball 2 to Justice. 5-0. The Nighthawks lead here early. Justice will wear that. Count moves to 3-1 now. Doe rocks and fires. Peppered up the middle. That'll score another, and that'll end the inning. Another RBI single. Wraps up the frame, brings the Nighthawks to the run rule. 6 runs on 6 hits. And a big-time cushion as Chance Justice takes over on the hill. So Chance Justice will take over on the bump. Bottom of the first. As we've got some defensive alignment changes on the infield for the Nighthawks. Philip Thomas at first, Philip Grossenbacher at third as we gear up for the bottom of this first frame. McKay, Campanero, Oliver due up. As we get things going, Chance Justice misses upstairs for a ball to Keaton McKay. We've seen Justice on the hill before. Only 1 inning this year, though. Allowed 5 runs in his 1 inning of work. McKay ahead 3-0, and he'll take a leadoff walk on 4 pitches. Gets things going as Mark Campanero will step in now. This season, Chance Justice, 1 inning pitched, ERA of 15, 4 hits, 6 walks, a whip of 10, which is less than ideal. Of course, whip, walks plus hits per inning pitched. 1-0, runs up and out for ball 2. Justice all smiles on the bump as that runs up and in on Campanero. Now the 3-0 to him. Just missed ball 4. Back-to-back walks open us up here in the bottom of the first. 6-0 your score, but the Pilots quickly with 2 runners aboard, looking to cut into that lead just a little bit as DJ Oliver steps in. Oliver with a little more eligibility on the hill. We'll see if we see him today as that misses up and out. Justice just trying to find the zone right now. Here's the 2-0. Missed behind him. All smiles on the bump, the 3-0. Missed outside, another walk, and that'll load him up. Bases loaded, nobody out for Noah Roberts.
If I remember correctly, is that 12 balls in a row?
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, Justice, he's just enjoying his last game.
He's
up
just
there.
having a good time.
Yeah.
You know, you're at this point where
there's no pressure.
Not a lot of pressure. You've already won the series.
Exactly.
He just said he wants to get every out at home by himself. Goes to work here against Roberts, misses outside for a ball. Can't get the out at home if he walks him. That'll miss inside, and it's 2-0. Now 3-0. That'll miss. That'll score a run. The Pilots are on the board. 6-1 your score. Line keeps moving, and that's where Chance Justice will call it good on the hill. Philip Thomas will take over for him. Justice tips the cap, gives a hand to the fans, and shifts on over to first base. Bases loaded, nobody out. 6-1 your score. Bottom of this first inning.
I'm glad Justice gave it one last shot there on the mound.
Yeah. Philip Thomas getting warm. Threw 16 pitches to Justice. All of them balls. Walked 4. But not too bad. It's a favorable crowd for him tonight. You know, you'll see it in some ballparks, especially at the collegiate level. Fans will do the ball 5 chant, where you walk a guy on 4 pitches, the fans start chanting ball 5. You miss again, they start chanting ball 6. We would have gotten all the way up to 17 there. As Philip Thomas steps in against Kevin Doe, first pitch to him, in for a strike at 55. He inherits the bases loaded with nobody out, does Thomas.
Not an unfamiliar situation in this game so far.
Yeah. That drops in for strike 2.
So far, all 3 pitchers have had to face that.
Little knuckler runs inside, and the count is square. Bottom of this first inning, game 3, final game of week 9. As Doe chases 55 down swinging for the first out. Lineup turns for Keaton McKay now. And we'll assume that we see Kevin Doe again. 44 pitch first inning. He'll more than likely be back to work. As we head back to the top of the order, McKay walked his first time. That's in for a strike. 0-1 now. One's low and out. That'll drop in at 60 flat for strike 2. And we've got a wasp in the booth. Uh-oh. That's less than ideal. I don't like wasps. I'm not a fan of wasps. This wasp is attacking
Likewise. It's gone.
1-2 drops in the dirt. And the wasp is gone for now. That's nice. The 2-2. Up and out. The count is full. Yeah, I really do not like wasps.
Maybe it's the spirit of the Stingers.
Maybe it is. So another free pass. Keeps the bases loaded. Brings another run around. 6-2 your score now as the line keeps on moving. Mark Campanero will step in once again. Campanero with a chance to tie it now. as he leaves the ball up and in. This outside. I'll pose you with an interesting question here that could, in theory, be an announcer's jinx after this pitch. 2-0 from Thomas. Holds off 3-0. Right now, the Pilots have 2 runs on no hits. Of course, Justice started the game, walked 4, left the game.
Mm-hmm.
If for some reason, as the 3-0 misses upstairs, another run will score on another walk. It's 6-3. If for some reason Philip Thomas were to throw a no-hitter here, would that be a combined no-hitter, or would that be just a regular no-hitter? Because Justice didn't record an out.
That's a good question.
Tell us your thoughts in the chat, because I actually don't know here. Would it be a combined no-hitter or just a regular no-hitter for Philip Thomas as DJ Oliver takes a strike? I think it'd be regular.
Yeah, I think that's where I was leaning as well. But I feel like it's somewhere in the gray zone where you could claim that it was either, and people wouldn't squint at it too much.
Oliver chases 58 and falls behind 1 and 2. I think it would honestly be a solo just because there are no outs recorded by any other pitcher. 1-2 from Thomas. Got him swinging at 56. A second punch out, and there's 2 down. That's the interesting question we're stuck on right now. But 2 outs here in this bottom of the first. 6-3 your score. Nighthawks leading it. Philip Thomas looking to limit the damage here. Roberts at the dish. Bases loaded. Walked his first time as he takes a strike here on the high outside corner. Fantastic pitch placement. 0-1 misses low. Now the 1-1. Drops out again, ball 2. Thomas, a big deep breath out. Rocks and fires. Fouled back. Now the 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Thomas sets and fires. Nearly got all excited, but it was in as a speed check at 61. We'll try it again.
Another life here for Noah Roberts. We were able to see someone take advantage of extra life earlier in the series. I forget who that is. Might have been DJ Oliver.
Yeah. 2-2 popped up and up onto the roof. Roberts will stay alive. Up onto the roof of the fire pit. Right over there. Yeah, we've got a sellout crowd here at AWA Field tonight. Good squad on hand. Another 2-2. Drops out, ball 3, and the count is full. Now the payoff from Thomas. Outside, ball 4, and another run will come around. 6-4 your score. Kevin Doe will step in once again. 0 for 1 with a strikeout is Doe. 2 outs, bottom of the first. 6-4. Nighthawks with 6 runs on 6 hits. Pilots with 4 on 0 hits. I've seen teams score 1 or 2 runs on no hits, but four is a new one, that's for sure.
Yeah, it tends to kind of happen in the AWA sometimes. Get in a groove of walks, and they kind of just keep going.
Yeah. So Kevin Doe steps in again. Leaves the ball up and in. Tying run currently sits on second as that one's popped up and will settle in on the roof of the broadcast booth. Now the 1-1. Foul the other way. Doe looking for a big swing here. Thomas deals a 1-2 now. Got him at 51, down swinging. The Pilots plate 4, though, eat into the lead. It's a 2-run ball game as we head to the second. So we settle in again here in the top of the second. 6-4 Nighthawks, your score. 6 runs on 6 hits for the Northern Nighthawks, 4 on none for the Pilots. Both teams have stranded 3 as Philip Grossenbacher steps in to get us started with a strike.
And out yet to be recorded for the Nighthawks here in Game 3, though. At the run cap, the top of the first, we'll start off 0-2 here, though, for Philip Grossenbacher. Kevin Doe now 1 pitch away from getting one.
Little pop-up, and DJ Oliver is there to record the first out of this third game for the Pilots. So the lineup turns for Philip Thomas.
DJs? Okay.
And now DJ Oliver will step in, so unsurprised that with his with his 1 2/3 available, DJ Oliver will retake the hill. Kevin Doe moves to first. Keaton McKay shifts over to play shortstop. Oliver getting warm here. 1 out. Top of this second inning. 6-4 Nighthawks, the advantage. Philip Thomas will step in. Yeah, we called it pretty perfectly that this is what the Pilots would try to do, but they're still chasing a pair of runs off of Philip Thomas. Should Oliver spin his way through these next couple innings.
Yeah, Doe able to secure that early out, though. Be pretty beneficial here for the Pilots if they want to keep this lead from growing.
First pitch in for a strike to Thomas. He pops this one up. It'll drop onto the roof, and he's behind 0-2. Oliver, that small kick, and he drops it in for strike 3. Fantastic placement for DJ Oliver for the second out here in this second inning.
Yeah, we're already to 2 outs. Jack Playhouse looking at an open field, no one on base. No one yet to get on base here. Is 2 quick outs recorded by the Pilots.
Takes the ball. It'll be McKay, Campanero, Oliver, as that's grounded over toward McKay, and he bobbled it.
Yeah, just tries to like hit it up a little bit higher to get in a better throwing position and just loses control of it, and goes falling out of his hand. Jack Playhouse then comfortably able to make it over to first.
Thought about throwing it before he fully had it in his hands. So the inning continues. Drew Gradwall steps in, leaves the first pitch inside for a ball. As we were saying, it'll be McKay, Campanero, Oliver due up, as that's jammed over toward Doe, who hauls it in for the third out. And after a busy first, the Nighthawks go rather quietly here in the second. Pilots will step in chasing a pair. So Philip Thomas getting warm on the bump once again in a 6-4 ball game. Bottom of the second on the way. Pilots chasing a pair down by 2. Looking to potentially tie this game and salvage this series. Nighthawks took the first 2, 6-5 in game 1. 10-0 in game 2. That'll drop out on McKay for a ball. Pair of walks under the belt of Keaton McKay thus far, as that's upstairs for ball 2. Thomas steps off the mound, comes back on, and deals the ball in the dirt. 30-pitch first inning. out of Philip Thomas. Of course, he was not the starter here in Game 3, as that'll be a walk. Keaton McKay takes 4 pitches and gets himself aboard to lead us off.
Yeah, Thomas is able to start off his pitching in the bottom of the first fairly successfully and started to kind of lose control over time. I mean, only one batter into the second here. Now face Campanero.
He takes a ball in the dirt. Does Mark Campanero. He's 0 for 0 with a pair of walks as well, as that'll drop out on him. 22 balls, 14 strikes for Philip Thomas thus far. Tying run at the plate, bottom of the second. So that's upstairs, and it's 3-0. Campanero waits and pulls one away from Grossenbacher. He's going to bobble it. He's going to throw to third. No tag. Sliding off the bag is McKay. We'll have to take a look if he kept the foot on the bag the whole time.
Yeah, I think it might have slipped off. I think Jack also went for a throw. I don't know. I would say his foot is on the bag when the throw connects, so it's going to be safe. Keaton McKay at third. Ball there off the bat hits a weird mound in the grass and goes flying towards Grossenbacher, who's eventually able to get it under control, but not before the runners advance to second and third.
And that's the first hit of the ball game for the Pilots, as Oliver swings at the first pitch and pops out for the first out of the second inning. Everybody holds serve. Runners on second and third, one away for Noah Roberts, who takes his strike here at 50, away from getting out of the inning. Thomas with a chance to keep this game where it is. First pitch to Kevin Doe. Flared the other way toward Justice, who dropped it. Tried to throw home, or tried to throw to first. Sailed it up the line, and this game's tied. Wow.
Quite a big error there from Justice. I thought he would have it on the initial hit, but isn't quite able to get there, then picks up the ball and throws it toward the wall in between first and second. Kind of a confusing play, but I'm sure just caught up in the moment of it all. Kevin Doe will stay at first, but bring both runners from second and third home.
So suddenly the go-ahead run sits on first as McKay swings on the first pitch. It's off the top of the wall. Doe will hold it second. Another few inches underneath it, and that ball was gone into Club 65. But instead, it's a long single that moves the runner up.
Yeah, just makes connection with that big yellow topper to the wall over there by Club 65. Not quite able to sneak out.
Mark Campanero takes a first pitch strike. Go-ahead run sits on second. 2 outs, bottom second. That'll miss outside for a ball. Thomas, big kick, comes home, grounded toward him, throws to first. And we'll have to take a look. It looked like Chance might have been off the bag.
I don't believe he ever fully got control of the ball until Campanero was already there.
So it'll go down as an infield single that moves the go-ahead run to third for DJ Oliver. As he takes a strike right at the top of the zone. Now the 0-1. Broke in on him, had to duck out of the way. Now the 1-1. Froze him for strike 2. Oliver trying to give the Pilots the lead, working a 1-2 count. Thomas deals, and he'll wear it off that front shoulder for a ball. Now the 2-2. Got him at 60 flat, down swinging. But this game is tied as we head to the third. 6 apiece your score. So Chance Justice will lead us off here in the third with a chance to give his team the lead. What a story this would be. Facing DJ Oliver, who made quick work in relief. First pitch misses outside for a ball. Justice 2 for 2 with a pair of singles in this one as he watches ball 2. Now the 2-0 inside. Go ahead run at the plate, top of the third. Takes a healthy cut at 56, but can't connect for strike one. It'll be Justice, Grossenbacher, Thomas. Due up for the Nighthawks. The 3-1. Cut on and miss strike two, and the count is full. Oliver battling back after falling behind early. The payoff. Half swing held off, and the go-ahead run is aboard with a leadoff walk. Some veteran takes from Chance Justice, who finds himself on first for Philip Grossenbacher. Oliver, 13 pitches in. Made quick work in the top of the second, but will now need to navigate this full third. First pitch misses outside for a ball. As that's popped up left side and caught. Keaton McKay makes the grab for the first out.
Yeah, just a couple feet away from that wall, but McKay able to just kind of walk back there leisurely and get under it. Justice will remain on first. One out now.
Philip Thomas 1 for 2 on the day. He swings on the first pitch and pulls it way foul. 1 for 2 with a walk, a single, and a strikeout. As DJ Oliver was asking Mark Campanero why I didn't make that grab.
I feel like it might have hit one of those big tree bush things off there to the left.
I'll run outside, and the count moves even 1-1. Justice on first represents the go-ahead run. That swung on and pulled into the corner. Justice will slam on the brakes at second. Philip Thomas has himself a single. And everybody's going to move up. Go-ahead run heads to second now. Can Jack Blehouse be the one to deliver a heroic moment? He cuts on that and misses.
Yeah, Blehouse has been playing very well today. Making a lot of connections on the offensive side.
I'll miss outside for a ball. 1-1 now. That'll freeze him at 50 flat. Now the 1-2. Oliver deals. Popped up, drops foul. Jack exchanging some words with DJ and Mark.
Both of which make runs to try to catch that foul ball.
Count 1-2 now. Big spot here for both clubs. Flared right side. Doe caught it, steps on first and spins a double play. The rookie comes up clutch defensively and sends us to the bottom of the third, all square at 6. So we've got a pitching change as we head to the bottom of the third. Drew Gradwall, with a little bit of eligibility left, will take over on the bump. It's his game the rest of the way. Chance Justice taken off the field to raucous applause, most certainly, as Gradwall fires a ball inside to Noah Roberts. Roberts, Doe, McKay, the three due up for the Pilots here in the bottom of this third. A run would win it, as that's up and in on that high inside corner for a strike. Gradwall's 2-1, misses outside. Strategic move to pocket him for now for the Nighthawks, as that'll miss, and the winning run makes his way to first in the form of Noah Roberts.
Yeah, the Pilots, after that double play from Kevin Doe, find themselves in a really good position here, just needing one run to end the game.
First pitch to Doe, grounded toward Blayhouse. He'll throw on the run and deposit it to Grossenbacher for the first out. Roberts moves up to second, though, and the winning run is in scoring position after the 5-3 putout. Keaton McKay with 3 walks and a single. Hit one to the wall back in the second. Now with a chance to drive in the winner. Gradwall shakes it out, comes set and deals. In for a strike at 56. Finds a wiffle ball he likes. Now the 0-1. In at 57 off the high outside corner. That'll join us here in the booth. Now the 0-2 to McKay. Froze him up for strike 3 looking. And there's 2 down as Mark Campanero steps in. That is a fantastic put-away pitch. Quite a battle here for this potential third out. Campanero facing Gradwall. First pitch on the way is fouled back side down the first base line. 6-6, bottom of the third. Winning run sits on second. The 0-1 from Gradwall. In the dirt, ball 1. What a battle we've got going. The 1-1. Upstairs, ball 2. Campanero steps out, takes a breath, resets. Controls the tempo. Now the 2-1. In the dirt off the football 3. And it's a hitter's count to Mark Campanero. Gradwall's 3-1. Downstairs, ball 4, and he takes a walk. The line keeps moving for DJ Oliver now. So we've got a dog on the field. Oh, goodness me. Oh, dear. So DJ Oliver will now step in. Trying to end this game. Gradwall trying to send it to extras. First pitch on the way to Oliver. Inside for a ball. More than likely, this will be the pitching matchup for however much longer we go here in this third game. Of course, extra innings don't count against eligibility. Gradwall's 1-1. Outside, ball 2. Got a bag to put Oliver on, but do you want to risk loading them up for Noah Roberts? The 2-1. In at 57 for a strike. Count even, 2-2. Gradwall deals. Got him swinging at 55. Extras here in game 3 on the way. So we've got some extra wiffle on tap for you here in game 3. Pilots trying to salvage this series as DJ Oliver just dialed up 83. Pilots trying to salvage the series. Nighthawks trying to find a sweep. It'll be Gradwall, Justice, Grossenbacher due up in the top of this 4th inning. What a way to close out Week 9. And we said in the pregame, but depending on how long this goes, we may need those lights today.
Yeah, I think if this game is wrapped up this inning, might not need them, but if it goes longer,
yeah,
definitely a conversation to pull them out.
Gradwall pulls this one over toward McKay. Couple hops, throw to first, and it was bobbled and dropped. Gradwall in safely.
Yeah, Doe off the double play to close out the top of the 3rd, unable to really get control over that ball that McKay sends him. Gradwall going to be safe at first in turn.
So leadoff man gets aboard for Chance Justice. 2 for 2 with a pair of singles in this 3rd game. DJ Oliver steps back in, goes back to work, and deals a ball outside. Now the 1-0. Same spot, same result. It's 2-0. Justice just catching a piece of that. Taps it foul. It's 1-2. Oliver approaching 2 full innings of work as that's a speed check at 62. He's been huge in relief. That'll miss inside, ball 3. Now the 3-0. Pop up. Oliver is there, and he hauls it in for the first out. A big-time play by DJ Oliver to pick up a first out.
Gradwall's going to remain on first here, just only runner. 3rd batter, Philip Grossenbacher, not going to step in. Jack Playhouse in the hole.
Grossenbacher chases the first pitch outside. Falls behind 0-1. Now wear that one. Top of this 4th inning, game 3. That breaks back in and finds the zone for strike 2. Oliver's 1-2 pitch. Got him chasing 47, down swinging for the 2nd out is Philip Grossenbacher.
We've seen that pitch a couple of times today, I think, out of DJ Oliver. Slows it way down and kind of lets it drop right out in front of the batter. I think we've seen a couple batters go for it and just go for a wide swing, and it doesn't turn out good for them. I think typically Oliver throws it when I have 2 strikes already. Be 2 outs now. Still 1 runner will remain on first. Still tie game 6-6. Philip Thomas. Look at ball 1 on the outside.
Thomas 2 for 3 with a pair of singles, a walk, and a strikeout. Swings on that one and destroys it into the trees. Philip Thomas, a tank to give the Nighthawks the lead.
That ball was absolutely destroyed up into the back of the field, kind of off to the right. Hits a tree really high up in the air. Hopefully came down so we can retrieve that ball.
That ball was crushed. Oh my goodness. An emphatic way to give the Nighthawks an 8-6 lead. 2 outs, top 4. Playhouse steps in and takes the ball. 8-6 your score now. Playhouse fouls that one the other way. Cuts on 58, can't connect, and he's behind 1-2. Oliver trying to limit the damage a little bit here. 1-2. Outside for a ball. It'll be Roberts, Doe, and McKay due up in the bottom of this 4th inning. Now the payoff. Cut on and missed at 58. Down swinging goes Playhouse, and we head to the bottom of the 4th. Nighthawks lead at 8-6. Bottom of the fourth on tap. Pilots trailing 8-6. They need 2 to tie, 3 to walk it off. As Noah Roberts takes the ball just barely outside to start us off. 1-0 finds the low inside corner. Roberts 0 for 1 with 3 walks and a strikeout in this one. Roberts, Doe, McKay set to take their cuts as that runs up and in. Tying run on deck right now. As that finds the zone at 57, it's 2-2. Gradwall, a deep breath out, sets and fires. The 2-2 misses low and the count is full. Now the payoff. Froze him at 58. Sits down Roberts for the first out. And a huge first out at that.
Yeah, it puts Gradwall 1 out closer to ending this game and completing the sweep in this series. Was able to hold off the Pilots last inning in the bottom of the third when they just needed 1 and now needing 3 to walk it off.
So Kevin Doe will step in 0 for 4, a couple strikeouts, a ground out and a reached on error. First pitch to him. High outside corner. Caught him looking for a strike. Now the 0-1. Got him to chase, nearly knocked over the TikTok live stream. Heavens me. Gradwall sets and deals in 0-2. Got him swinging at 58. Back-to-back punchies here in the bottom of the fourth, and there's 2 down. A huge pair of strikeouts as the lineup turns for Keaton McKay. McKay 1 for 2. 3 walks, a single, and a strikeout in this one.
Needs to be the savior here for the Pilots.
Tying run sits on deck. First pitch to McKay. In at 57 for a strike. Now the 0-1. High inside corner, goes back to the well and goes back for strike 2. Gradwall, the rock and fire. Runs inside for a ball and McKay stays alive. Now the 1-2 on the way. Same spot, same result. We're all square. McKay trying to stay alive and prolong this at bat. The 2-2. Froze him for strike 3. Drew Gradwall strikes out the side and caps off the sweep. The Cy Young candidate slams the door and keeps the Nighthawks in the race for first place and sends his teammate Chance Justice out in style. What a way to wrap up Week 9. 4 games to go here in the regular season. 4 teams alive for first place. We got 2 more series this week. Thank you, Chance Justice. Thank you, everybody, for watching as he'll unfurl the jersey, lay it on the mound, and call it a career. Justice clubs a homer in his final series. The Nighthawks sweep the Pilots, and that will do it for all of us here at AWA Field. 2 more games to play this week, as we've got a happy birthday serenade. The birthday boy, the retiree. What a way to call it a career for Chance Justice. 5 years in the AWA, drilled a whole bunch of homers, won a whole bunch of games in a World Series in 2023. That'll do it for us. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.